Well, the kids are back in school and they'll be learning a lot of new things this year. Parents, something to put on your list is to teach them how and when to properly call 911 in case of an emergency. Elise Kim and Dawn Ferguson are joining us with some great information this morning. Hi, guys. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
So let's start with this. How often is this happening and why is it happening?
Okay, well, 911 calls, unfortunately, over 50% and sometimes higher in some communities are not true emergencies, the calls that are coming in. So it's a really serious problem, both economically, in lives lost, properties damaged, and crimes committed.
Absolutely. So how do we reduce the misuse of kids calling 911 by educating them?
Well, public education and caller training is huge. And we're really fortunate because Dawn here from NGA 911 enables 911 for Kids, which is a national, international educational foundation dedicated to reducing 911 misuse through public education and caller training, is here with us. And we're going to tag team and talk about how we can empower our communities to help to reduce any kind of misunderstanding. And the big thing is teaching kids and the public three basic points.
Okay.
When and when not to call 911, okay? Mm-hmm. How to dial 911, which, you think is pretty simple, but you'd be surprised. And then, most importantly, what to say to the dispatcher.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Dawn, tell me a little bit about this, because I know there's a ceremony today honoring a local kid hero. Can you share a little bit about that story?
Yeah, so we're on Honor Engage, and really what was achieved that through the education of how to use 911, lives are saved. So, for example, there are many cases where a mother may have a seizure, and her 9-year-old child is sitting there observing this, mm-hmm. and without the training, without 911 for Kids, it would create confusion, but you would be shocked at how calm these kids are in dialing 911 and actually walking through as the dispatcher asks them questions of, well, can you hear them breathing, and all the sort of triaging the incident, that these kids are like professionals. And that's really the value of 911 for Kids, making sure that, 911, you really kind of don't think about it. You just expect that it's always going to be there when you need help. Mm-hmm. Similarly, these children, you really want to have them educated about how they would interact with the dispatcher, how they're using 911, and when, God forbid, if the situation does occur that they do need to use it, that they can convey the situation really accurately to the 911 dispatcher.
Dawn,
and there's some advantages
in
911 that we'll talk about a little bit further on in the program that will even make that more fluid between the 911 caller and the 911 dispatcher.
So how can parents get their hands on some of these training tools?
Well, 911forkids.com is the easiest way. The other thing that parents can do is go to their local dispatch center or police department, sheriff's department, or fire department, and ask them to please help them to get these supplies, these teaching materials, and have those officers and public safety officials come into their schools and do a presentation. But it's pretty simple. I mean, a parent can go ahead and use these teaching implements very easily.
Okay, great information
the video
this morning.
Pretty much explains everything.
Good deal. Well, I'm going to give the viewers the website so that they can get this information for themselves. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Take a look at your screen, guys. The information is right there. If you'd like to know more about what we talked about, the training, the tools, just go to 911forkids.com and follow them on social media at 911for Kids.